Hey everybody, Ted here, and I want to do a video today talking about some of the things I am thankful for, because I feel like this year I have quite a bit to be thankful for. As most of you know, I left my job in July to do this show full time, and so far we've been able to do it, and it kind of blows my mind that I'm able to do this year after year. It's incredible and beyond anything I ever hoped for when I started doing this. As many of you know, Thanksgiving is the day that in America we set aside to eat a bunch of food that we normally wouldn't eat and to hang out with a bunch of family who we probably normally wouldn't hang out with, but take the day and relax and reflect and remember what we are truly thankful of. And I wanted to share that with you today because I feel like you guys are amazing, and I'm very thankful for you. First of all, I want to give a shout out to my man Hayden. Hayden is 10, and Hayden is about to set YouTube on fire. He has a YouTube channel. His YouTube handle is Muppet Lover, and Muppet Lover made me a video for my birthday and sent it to me on Facebook, which was, to say nothing else, epic. It was amazing. It involved a lot of rolling around on the floor and yelling and screaming and happy birthday and my name, and it was awesome. I went to college with Hayden's dad, and we played in bands together years ago and actually toured the country. That was a former life of mine, but Chris is obviously a very special friend, and Hayden is awesome as well, so check him out. Anyway, so a couple other people I want to thank that you don't see a lot of behind the scenes on the show, I realize. That's because they're behind the scenes. But one thing I've been doing a lot lately is there's been a lot of hard work in the last couple months done on things that we can do to expand the show. And I'm right on the cusp. I don't want to say things until they're actually on the calendar and agreed upon, but there are two big things that involve big name photographers that hopefully we will get to interview for the show, and I think this will do a lot for the show and kind of catapult it to the next level. So look for those announcements in the next week or so. I'll be ready to tell you who that is. So I'm really excited about that. And just a couple quick shout outs. I want to thank Devin and Eric over at YouTube. Devin and Eric have both been account managers of mine and are fantastic. They handle all kinds of complaints and questions and give me great advice, and I really am indebted to them. They're awesome, so I want to thank both of them. I also want to give a quick shout out and thanks to Beth at PodTrack. Beth handles all my advertising, and without advertising we wouldn't have a show. I know the ads aren't optimal, but I can't do this for free. I have to eat. I have to, there's equipment to pay for and keep maintained and stuff like that. So anyway, the advertising has been essential to that, and I'm very grateful for Beth and all the work that she's done on that. So just want to give a shout out to her. And one other person who I've never thanked publicly, but I'm very indebted to, and some of you might know who he is. What you don't know is about 2 years ago, I almost had to stop doing the show. And to make a long story short, 2 years ago, most of our audience at that time was on iTunes, and now we distribute on YouTube as well. iTunes I pay for the bandwidth on, and it is not cheap. It's very expensive. And up until that point, I had free bandwidth through a company called Mevio, and Mevio were in the process of starting their decline into going out of business. And I was on my own, and it got very expensive very quickly, and due to some other personal matters, was at a point where I was wondering whether I would even continue to do this show or not, and almost dropped it. I have known Alex Lindsay for years. Alex is a major cool guy. You guys might know him. He owns a studio in San Francisco called Pixel Core, and they do a bunch of high-end work for various clients. And he is also on several podcasts, mainly Mac Break Weekly, and he is also from time to time on This Week in Photography. He's one of the people who started that. And Alex is a good friend of mine. Funny, through Hayden, who I mentioned earlier with the YouTube channel. Hayden's dad also grew up with Alex, so we kind of had a third friend involved with that. And I took a class with Alex years ago, and we've stayed up in contact ever since. I contacted Alex when we hit that moment with uncertainty, and a couple phone calls, and about a week later he hooked me up with hosting service, and I mean, he just was unbelievably gracious and awesome, and he really saved the show. Without Alex, we probably wouldn't be here talking today. And I've bought him mixed drinks on various occasions, but I always feel like I never had a chance to properly thank Alex, and I've told him that, and he told me that there have been lots of times in his life where people have paid things forward to him, and he was happy to do it and just wanted me to keep making awesome videos. And it really touched me in a special way, and I really appreciate that, and I want to thank Alex publicly for that. Until the next time we're able to do more drinks, thank you, Alex. And finally, I want to thank you guys for watching the show, and I know that that probably sounds trite to an extent, but there are several things that I've done over the years. Like, when I travel, I try to do meetups in cities, and we've done a bunch of cool ones over the years. I've done several in London. We've done several in New York. I got to do one in Atlanta this year. We got to do one in Los Angeles this year when I was there for VidCon. And when I get to meet people, that's something that I really want to be able to do. I know it's probably an unachievable goal, but I want to meet everybody who watches the show. It's so cool when you get to meet somebody who's on the other side of the lens who actually cares about what it is we're doing here. And as you guys know, I like to say we a lot, and really I'm the only one working here. I have some people I work with that don't work here remotely. But when I say we, I do mean that in all best intentions, because I mean you and I. I wouldn't have the show without an audience. I would be nowhere if you guys didn't watch this, and I am very grateful for that, and I want you all to know that. I hope you find that sincere, because I really do mean it that way, and I'm very grateful for that. And here's to many more meetups, many more videos, and more cool things to come. As you guys can see, we've already done some changes to the show since I left my day job to do this full time, and we have some more bigger changes coming up. I'm really excited about a lot of things, so stay tuned. Anyway, I wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, go eat some turkey. Later.